What a world, what did you dread on the mic, coming in with a brand new Banlist? Boy, Bandai be cooking. They be cooking something, because this Banlist is hopefully going to be more spicier versus the last time when the community made a massive deal and then literally only one card actually was on the ban list. But this time it is definitely interesting, because for the first time ever, Bandai have actually highlighted unrestricted and what it means. They've never done that on a post, so it's kind of led me to believe that there's going to be some form of unrestricting going on. But who are going to be the ones that are unrestricted? So in this video, we're going to go over what has been put on the chopping block, as well as what's actually left jail. So if this is the video for you, then stick around and enjoy it. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, then make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell. Do videos on the reg, and thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. We've seen some massive gains in terms of the subscriber count, but we are definitely a long way from that 1K goodness, but I'm going to keep on plugging. So, right, restriction time in effect from 17th of November. So that's pretty much when our regional in the UK is actually popping off. So let's see what be good, and it's going to be the Gabumon starter deck 6. So the thing that I like about this Gabumon is, for red and purple Impildramon, it actually was a solid freaking rookie to have, because the actual archetype hasn't had any freaking support. Bandai, can we please work on that, apart from that one promo? I mean, I like what you did with the Shadramon, but it needs a bit more spice. I'm talking, get all that seasoning on it. But this is going to be all restricted to 1, and it's because it actually can gain a lot of hand size, especially with decks such as Melga and the whole line there, which is going to be unsuspending when attacking, because when attacking inheritable is not once per turn, and it really gains a lot of advantage in terms of draw 1, trash 1, filtering through your deck, and so forth. So this is the reason why it's being restricted to 1. Obviously, as well, because it is a level 3, getting this effect off early with the new X line is pretty achievable, especially with the battle protection there as well. It's fine, you know. It's easy condition to do in that particular deck. So I understand the hit on that. It is a shame, obviously, because it is a starter deck card, so it means that this product is actually not, if you just wanted to somewhat get into the game, granted you would not select your starter deck, you actually can't play it because it is, you know, not a 50 card deck at that point. So starting off with, then going on to the next one, is going to be the BT2 Gabumon. Jesus, man, this boy getting shot left, right, and center. It truly is the freaking Greymon card game. So this, once again, pretty much follows the same suit as the previous Gabumon, but it works in a different way. This is more on deletion. You draw 2, then you trash 1, which, once again, a lot of hand size that you can gain, and it really helps with the a lot of the decks that are currently in the JP format, with just kind of utilizing that trash grab kind of mechanic. So I understand why this does need to be essentially hit, and it seems to be hitting more than the new Boogeyman, which is the Apocalyptomon. I can't quite remember the freaking name, but yeah, it's kind of affecting that. So purple kind of stopping that engine. Purple's been getting shafted at the moment, I ain't gonna lie. So going on to the next one is going to be a Geo Greymon BT15. I'm not gonna lie, this it's strong. It's strong. It's because it can be molded into not just obviously Shine Grey. It can actually go into Yellow Vaccine there as well, especially with the up-and-coming BT14 Patamon deck, which I actually have done a profile on this, and I had this boy up to 3, is because essentially it can search your security, it can grab a tamer and play that bad boy and recover 1. It's massive. Combo that up with Messenger, well, actually just Patamon just pushing out a freaking Raisin and just start a main, and boom, going to this. It's mad value for 0 memory. So I understand why the hits here, and I know that a lot of Shine players were kind of on the fence of even kind of max rarity in this deck, because they didn't know what was going to get hit. Was Bandai going to go with the old yellow strat and absolutely cap it in the back of the head, or were they going to essentially kind of clip its wings a little bit? It can kind of fly, but, you know, might not be flying as effectively as it once did. But I feel like this is probably the right hit for this in order for the deck to still be playable there as well. So that currently is restricted to 1. So Mac Galgamon EX4 edition, boy, coming in with the Falcon game, punch. And yeah, he's also restricted to 1. So this, I'm not really a Mac Galgamon kind of, well, even a Mega Galgamon player. So in terms of obviously its uses and the reasoning behind it is a little bit sus. I'm not gonna lie. When Digivolving, you can return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to their hands, which, I mean, that seems pretty fine in terms of its whole game mechanic, but it felt that in combination of, obviously, its mains, when Digivolving effect and it's inheritable, it facilitates the game plan too well for the deck, which, to be fair, yeah, I can understand that, but Mega Gargamon outside of Ultimate Cup, I wouldn't say it was slapping cheeks. I mean, it was doing all right, but I wouldn't say it was enough to have this hit, in all honesty. But I can see the reasoning, but still restricting to 1. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Oh man, Icemon just completely getting obliterated here. So scatter mode. I mean, did it get banned because it's got jamming? I mean, it's jammed too long. It's been jammed with Bob Marley. It's like, nah, Bandai like, nah, we can't have that. But no, in all seriousness, Icemon gets a lot of tempo if deleted. And now we do have a lot of decks that can just pop your own Digimon. So you ultimately just drawing free, trashing 2. Massive, depending on obviously the builds, obviously different decks that you've kind of mold this card into. Yeah, it's crazy advantage, and obviously with the deck that I mentioned before, it's absolutely plaguing plaguing JP. Yeah, I can see why this would have been hit right there. It is unfortunate, but I think the hit is just, I think it does grant a lot of tempo for certain game plans, and if they want to kind of level it out, then yeah, I can understand it. So, what's going on here? So, card ban lifted as well on 17th of November. So, these obviously were cards that was restricted to 1 originally. So, let's see what we're cooking. And our boy is out of prison. He out of prison. He served his time and he is back out. Yes, sir. Oh, this made my day. It made my day, and it was very unfortunate that I was in a meeting because it's had a freaking buyout. I tell you, man, people are just like, just homed in on that and bought that bad boy out. So Savior Hook now, BT6 is now, well, not right now, but on the 17th of November. He will be back at 4. I think this is well deserved because Jessamon has not been doing numbers. He's been doing pretty okay in BT13, but I think that is very meta dependent. We eat shine for days. We do eat shine for days. Like, if we get set up properly, it's GG. It is done. But outside of that, if we're just naturally too slow, we kind of like on the back foot, and we just gotta kind of hope that they've not got an answer for it. Will the unrestriction of Savior help the deck? I think it will open up a lot more plays and basically reintroduce old cards that we kind of sacked off. Like, most builds were kind of somewhat removing or lowering the count of the starter deck Jessamon, because it was more focusing on the GX build, which just made sense. It's really hard to remove a GX. But now with the line, and when Digivolving able to play a system on from hand comes in, we can generate a lot of memory back, which is pretty sick. And combo that up with a Blitz Jess, it means that we can actually get turned back. Obviously still get the Blitz, get another system on out, and we can play a little bit more safely. I think it just opens up a lot more options. I'm not saying it's going to make the deck cracked, it's just going to open it up a little bit further that it can kind of compete in the meta. And that's what the reasoning here that Bandai's kind of got is saying that, like, before when it was originally released, it was too cracked. It was too cracked. Getting out some system-ons, not really much removal to get rid of the system-ons and so forth, and just having so much power in combination with some of the builds that we did have. Obviously, we had starter deck Greymon, which just absolutely ramped up this OTK potential. The format wasn't ready for that. Now we've got cards that can somewhat pretty much counter what this particular Digimon can do. So I fully agree with the Saviour Hookmon, and I've been saying this for quite a bit. I think last Banlist it could have been unrestricted, in all honesty. But yeah, I'm happy with that being back at 4. You already know your boy's cooking in the lab, so make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm all over this. I'm all over this. See what. Fuck off. Fuck. Oh my days. No. I'm getting flashbacks of Ancient Greymon and this getting propped out of security first check. I swear to freaking God. Tommy. Oh. God, I hate this card with a passion. I honestly hate this card with a passion. I want to know the Bandai reasoning, in all honesty. In the past game environments when this card was widely used, the card on play was a factor that allowed decks that use hybrid cards as a main card to immediately attack more easily than predicted and more effectively than decks had required multiple standard resolutions, creating an imbalance in play. I mean, just on play, trash free. That is so good. Honestly, seriously, PTSD. Just literally building a big stack and getting no value of Ancient Greymon was just painful. But now we do have cards that can somewhat prevent the trashing. We have X Antibody. Like that is a thing. That is a card that you can just slot underneath. If it came to the point where freaking Beanie Boy here became staple in most lists, you know, we have an option to run X Antibody. I get it. But oh god, as you can tell, guys, I really hate this. I really hate that this boy is back to 4. That really put an odd taste into the mix. But that is everything right there. That is all there. So what do I think to this ban list? I mean, I gotta pour one for my freaking homie. I'm like, Saviour Hook made my day. It's funny because I actually put a tweet out saying if Saviour Hook got announced that it was unrestricted, I would literally drop everything, walk out of work, make a video, and scream like, yeah! I couldn't do any of that because I was in mid-meeting and I was required and also on payroll. So, unfortunately, couldn't quite do that. But equally, I am very excited that Saviour Hookmon is unbanned. He's out of jail. He's served his time. Purple got shafted. Purple got hit. They got hit. And some cards, like, even like Eismon, like, I know people don't talk about red and purple Imperialism. I really do like the deck. I think it's fun, but 9 times out of 10 you're dying to yourself. Eyes was also an option that we could utilize to essentially get our trash built up to get plays out, and without the support to support that kind of deck that Bandai just made and then just left for dead, it makes it a little bit more challenging for people who enjoy that deck to cook, because our options are kind of limiting a little bit further. But regardless, I mean, I'm sure we'll be fine. Just means that, you know, we can't essentially utilize the Eismon. Mac Galmon, Galgamon. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like I could bumble my way through the reasoning of this, but I honestly don't get the reasoning for it, to be honest, and I don't have the experience to fully kind of give a valid one. Geo Great, yeah, I think it's deserved. I think that is way too much value for the deck, for any deck, for vaccine decks specifically, so I understand that. And then the Gabumons, I can see with obviously with the new support that Gabumon, that Gabumon's kind of getting, or the whole like Melgaline's getting. It's leaning more to like a more purple direction. Obviously, we still kind of utilize the blue side of it as well, but it seems like you're getting a lot more benefit from purple with the whole drawing, trashing, all that good stuff. Getting a lot of advantage. So yeah, I kind of understand the hit on that. It is just kind of unfortunate that it's Gabumon that's got anime comboed. It's brutal. But guys, that's your boy done. If you enjoyed the video, smash it with like a standard. Obviously, if you want to be seeing that Jessamon deck profile with the new, well, so we can back at full power, baby. Then make sure you subscribe to the channel because that's definitely going to be coming soon. I just need to go through some kind of further testing on that, make sure that it's actually decent in a sense and actually melds well with the cards that we do have. But guys, have an awesome day. Stay safe. I'll catch you next one. Peace.